Hello, everybody, and welcome back to From Brokenness to Fullness. This is your show host, Jeanith Padilla, and I'm so glad you're here. We are on week 3 of our 12-week journey. We've already looked at why am I so broken, understanding the process of healing, the God who sees your pain, trusting that El Roy notices and cares. Today's episode is called Choosing Hope When It Feels Hopeless. And maybe that's exactly where you are right now. You are tired, weary, wondering if things will ever change. Well, let me tell you, there is hope in Jesus. And not just a vague, someday it will be better. Hope that is a living, anchored, spirit filled hope that can carry you through to darkest days. Let's start by defining what hope really is. In the world's terms, hope sounds like wishful thinking. I hope things get better. I hope it works out. But biblical hope is much deeper. Biblical hope is confident expectation rooted in God's promises. Hebrews 6:19 says, "We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure." Think about that picture. An anchor doesn't remove the storm, but it keeps the boat from drifting away. That's what hope does for your soul. It holds you steady when life feels like it's crashing in. So, why do we feel hopeless? First is because of delay and disappointment. Proverbs 13:12 says, "Hope deferred makes the heart sick." When what we're praying for doesn't happen quickly, discouragement creeps in. Maybe you've been praying for healing, reconciliation, or provision, and it hasn't happened yet. Second, because we're listening to lies. The enemy whispers, "It will never change. God doesn't care. Or your best days are behind you." Third, when we're only focusing on circumstances, like Peter walking on water. When he looked at the waves instead of Jesus, he began to sink. When hope feels lost, it's usually because we have shifted our eyes from God's truth to our own limited view. Romans 15:13 calls him the God of hope. That means hope isn't something we generate, but it is something God supplies. Listen, Jeremiah 29:11. He says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future." Lamentations 3, 22 to 23. His mercies are new every morning. Romans 8:28. He works all things together for good. Hope is always tied to God's character and His promises. That's why it's important to get to know Him by reading the Bible every day. Start with the New Testament, the first 4 books in the New Testament. I tell you, you'll have new perspective when you get to know your God. Because He is faithful. And if He is faithful, then hope is never misplaced. When we hold on to hope, 3 powerful things happen. First, hope shifts our perspective. Instead of asking, why me? We begin to ask, how is God shaping me? Second, hope renews our strength. Isaiah 40:31 says, those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Third, hope becomes a testimony. When others see you clinging on hope or clinging to hope in the middle of hardship, it points them to Jesus. So, how do you actually choose hope when life feels hopeless? Here are 4 practices. First, pray it. Even if it's as simple as, Lord, I don't feel hopeful, but I choose to trust you today. Speak it. Declare verses aloud, verses of hope. Don't just think them, speak them. Faith comes from hearing. Remember it. Keep a hope journal. Write down times God has come through in the past. When you feel hopeless, read them again. Finally, share it. Encourage someone else who's struggling. Hope grows when it's multiplied. My friend, when you align your life with God's purpose for you, you make room for hope to flourish. I know what it's like to feel hopeless. For me, it was during the 12 long years I waited to come to the United States. There were so many times when I thought the American dream would never happen for me. That maybe the door had closed for good. But when God finally opened the door, that door, everything fell into place quickly and easily. it reminded me that His timing is always perfect. What felt like a delay was actually a preparation. Now, whenever I'm waiting on God for something, I go back to that season and remind myself, if He was faithful then, He will be faithful again. My job is to wait on the Lord, to trust Him, and to keep putting my hope in Him, even, even when I can't see the outcome yet. Friend, hopelessness is real, but it's not final. Psalm 42:11 says, "Why, my soul, are you downcast? Why so disturbed within me? Put your hope in God, for I will yet praise Him." Notice the psalmist talks to his own soul. Sometimes you have to preach hope to yourself. I will yet praise Him. Remember this: hope isn't in your situation, it's in Jesus. And because He is alive, hope is alive. If today's message encouraged you, share it with a friend who needs it. And don't forget, you can grab my free values clarity checklist in the show notes to start aligning your life with what truly matters and start living your life to the fullest. Next week, we'll dive into letting go of what's holding you back. I know you don't want to miss that one. Until then, keep choosing hope, because the God of hope is with you. Love you and God bless. Bye for now.